This video is an instructional tool owned by the Division of Negros Oriental. The division acknowledges the intellectual property rights of the owner of the pictures, illustrations, music, and other similar materials used. This video is made to address the need of the learners of Negros Oriental, especially in this time of the pandemic.
Good day, students! How are you? I am Jermaine and I'm your teacher for this day. Last discussion, we talked about the parts of a manual pipe bender. Again, what are the different parts of a manual pipe bender? Very good, students! The parts of a manual pipe bender are foot press, angle markings, fulcrum mark, holding clamp, handle, and the former. A 90 degrees bend is also called by others as a stub-up bend. The stub-up bend is made by bending a piece of conduit into an L shape or 90 degrees bend by placing the free end of the tube to a predetermined length as indicated in this diagram.
These are the procedures in bending 90 degrees bend. First, prepare all the tools, materials, and equipment needed to a 90 degrees bend. Second, to prevent injury, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE. Third, determine the overall free end height of the conduit you want after the bend. Fourth, from the overall free end height, subtract the stub height listed in the bender take-up table for the conduit size you are bending. For example, if you are using 1/2 inch EMT, the stub height amount to be subtracted is 5 inches. For other sizes of conduit to be used, just refer to the bender take-up table. Fifth, on the conduit, measure from the free end height to be bent up the calculated number and mark the conduit. As an example to be bent, a 1/2 inch EMT conduit have a free end height of 15 inches. The table indicates to subtract 5 inches from the 15 inches, which leave 10 inches from the end to be bent up and make the mark. Sixth, always use the proper size of conduit bender and the conduit size being bent. The conduit will not bend properly or will be damaged if a mismatch of bender and conduit size is used. In this activity, we will use a 1/2 inch pipe bender and a 1/2 inch EMT. Place the bender onto the tubing with the hook pointed towards the free end to be bent upwards. Make sure the conduit is resting properly in the bender's hook and line up the arrow symbol with the mark you placed on the tubing. Seventh, for floor bending, make sure conduit is secured so it does not slide prior to bending. Keeping the conduit flat, apply ample foot pressure to the bender's heel, minimizing the use of the handle as a lever. Rolling up the free end into a 90 degrees position. If over or under bend happen, we will use the bender's handle as a guide to straighten up the bend. For air bending, make sure handle's hilt is secured on the ground and it is reinforced by your foot so it does not slide out. Make sure that you are balanced and apply force close to the tool on your body, controlling the tubing as you bend it around the bender's cradle and making sure the conduit does not slide. When done properly, the free end height will be at the desired height. In some installations, there will be a need to cut down the unbent side of the conduit to another desired length to fit the installation. Use a tube cutter or a hacksaw for a precise cutting. A 90 degrees bend is the most common bend, and it is the building block for other bends. Common uses for a 90 degrees bends are running conduit into electrical boxes, running conduit up and down the walls, and running conduit into walls through floors, ceiling, and making inner and outer corner turns. And finally, after the job is done, we need to do the good housekeeping to ensure the safety of the equipment and to the workers. Alright students, we are now ready for the assessment. True or false? Write true if the statement is correct, and false if the statement is wrong in your notebook. Number 1. A proper bend is made up by rolling the conduit's bender in the conduit's cradle using all hand pressure. Number 2. Use the correct bender size for the conduit size being bent. Number 3. If overbend occurs, we will use the handle of the bender to straighten up the bend. Number 4. Measure and properly mark your conduit using the tables and information provided. Number 5. Floor bending. Make sure conduit is secured so it does not slide prior to bending. Apply ample hand pressure to the bender's heel while minimizing the use of the handle as a lever but more of a guide. Alright student, it is time to check your answer, and these are the answers.
That's all for today, students. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from me. And remember, safety first, last, and always.